This Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time we have the Star Wars The Black Series director Orson Krennic. So this was a figure that I was very much looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to this character in the movie. It's going to be very cool to have a main villain that's not like a Sith or one that can use a lightsaber in the Force. It's just like an officer, and this is looking like a very cool officer, and very excited for his character in the movie, and therefore I was very excited for the figure. So let's get on to the figure. Going over the head sculpt, I think the head sculpt is actually really quite good. For the scale in particular, it's a really solid head sculpt. It really does resemble the actor, who is Ben Mendelsohn. Yeah, that's the actor. And it definitely resembles him quite a bit, which I do like. I like the stern expression. I think the eyes are looking very forward and straight. They look good. The hair is done very nicely. Not a lot going on paint-wise with the hair, but sculpting-wise, the hair is done really well, I must say. So in general, this head sculpt is quite on par. I really do like it. I've seen some people update it with some paint and make it look even better, but I think just straight out of the box, it looks pretty great anyway, so I wouldn't, that's definitely not necessary because it looks really good. Going over the rest of the figure, first of all, his cape. That is a big standing out point to this character is his massive white cape. Really the first time we're seeing an officer in a movie with a cape, and not to mention just an awesome white one. That's very cool. I do like the fact that it does wrap around him. I think that does look very cool. It's very much meant to be just in standing positions. If you want him walking and you want it kind of like swaying to one side or being swept up by the wind a bit, you can't do that. This is definitely going to be just a very much standing in a singular position, not moving type of position for the cape. However, I think that's where most poses are going to come from, so I'm pretty happy with it. And I do like the way it's done. There are some wrinkles in it, but not a ton, because obviously it's quite straight. It's not going anywhere, so it looks really realistic the way that it's hanging. And it doesn't peg on or anything. There's no like peg over here or anything. It just simply rests on his shoulders, and it stays on very nicely. You don't have to worry about it falling off or anything like that. And it does add some extra weight to him. I will say, when I got this figure and just had it in package, it was pretty heavy. It was much heavier than I was anticipating. Going over the actual uniform here, I was expecting a lot of this to be reused from General Hux, which I'll move in right here. Obviously, the last general that we got, I figured the legs would be for sure, and maybe some portions of the torso and everything. But there's not a single thing reused, not a single thing at all. And I don't know why. They could have easily reused the legs, and it would have been fine. But it's completely new, as you can see. The positioning of the wrinkles in the pants are different, as well as the texture is different. You have a more noticeable texture in Krennic here, and then the legs. They're thicker on the Krennic figure than they are on Hux, on the boots, what I mean. And then the torso, all different as well. You have a line pattern going in General Hux's torso. You have more of a dotted pattern going in to Director Krennic's torso. So I'm very pleased that they didn't reuse a single piece from General Hux. I really like when they do that, especially when they did FN2187, compared to a regular Stormtrooper. They resculpted a lot of it unnecessarily, which was great. So I'm very happy with the fact that although they do it for Marvel Legends all the time, but they don't do it for a Black Series, which is nice. As far as articulation goes, ball jointed head on a hinge, so you can look up very far, you can look down very far, and obviously you can have a head tilt at either position, because I love the fact that there is a ball joint with the hinge. Then you have hinge swivel elbows, which work great, hinge swivel shoulders as well as elbows, both of which work really nicely. You have hinge swivel wrists that hinge in and out. And then he does have trigger fingers posed for both sides to hold this weapon, which I'll show you. Then he has a ball-jointed waist. Not a whole lot of articulation there, mainly just a swivel, but you can get a bit of a pivot. Then ball-jointed hips, a little hindered by the skirt area. You can kind of force it up because there is a cut to the side of the skirt. So that is nice, and obviously it can go out a bit as well. But it doesn't really hold when it goes out. Swivel at the thigh, double hinge knees, and hinge pivoting ankles. So articulation is standard Black Series, which is quite good. As far as his accessories, other than the cape, he does come with this blaster, which is very cool. It is unique to him, of course, and we do see him hold this in the trailer. In actually the first trailer for Rogue One was the first and only time, I think, that we've seen him hold the blaster. So that looks great. It'll be interesting to see if he actually uses it. It'd be really interesting to see if this guy has any fight sequence whatsoever. He is, of course, the main villain of the movie. However, he is older, and he's just an officer. He's not a trooper or anything. So it will be interesting to see if he even uses this weapon, or if he just holds it to intimidate people, which I could definitely see happen. But very nice, and he does hold it really well. And I love the fact that he doesn't have like his firearm isn't like to the side on his leg here or anything like that. It's kind of front and center, and it's positioned so he can grab it from with this hand, which is really neat as well. So I like the way that his gun goes on to him, and I think that looks quite nice. Throwing on his signature cape here because he needs that. So yeah, so I really like this figure. I think that it's a great figure. It's not going to be one that you're going to have a terrible fun amount of time posing, just because he doesn't lend himself to poses very much. He can do cool stances for sure, you know, the arms behind the back, the holding the weapon up, you know, things like that he can do really nicely, and the main fun of him will come from posing the troopers around him. I think that that's very fun as well. I am kind of troop building for Rogue One, so I have 4 Death Troopers, which behind him look awesome, and I have 5 shore troopers, and they look great with him as well. So he's going to be fun in stances and in displays, but as far as posing him just by himself, not a whole lot you can do. But I'm very excited for this character in the movie, and I was very excited for this figure, and the figure did not disappoint. So I would highly recommend this if you are a Krennic fan or think you're going to be. Alright, there you go. That's my video review of the Star Wars The Black Series director Orson Krennic. Let me know what you guys think of this figure, and thanks so much for watching.